This is another tea time. Tea time.
So we have a couple of things. The first thing is we're gonna try little baked goods from a local bakery.
Yes, and I need to learn to tag them. So we warned her this morning already.
Yeah.
So we let them know. Should we get a fork for that?
Probably.
I'm gonna go grab a fork and I'll be right back. I'll make a mess of
Not making messes on floors. Look. I love how Kataru sits always in the sunny spot so it glows on her. And you can see all the tiny little flares sticking out.
I stepped right over it.
I stepped right over it. Did you get yourself a fork?
No.
Did you share one?
Yes, dishes.
Yeah, we have to do dishes by hand.
Okay.
So we went to a little bakery in Wichita. It's called Paris Baguettes.
Bakery Cafe is what it's called.
And they do
right now their seasonal thing is s'mores.
They do drinks, they do baked goods, they do cakes, they do a whole bunch of stuff.
Dude, their cakes. I found my birthday cake.
They also do. This is a crab
donut.
A crab donut, and it's filled.
I know. We'll share some. And then John went and got me. I don't think the price tag. But so this is tea time, so it's pretty much gonna be whatever.
I went to Rock's Dugout.
Rock's Dugout, which we'll tag him into.
And
since he does the baseball,
do you want to join in
and whatnot.
Well, I went to Rock's Dugout, who is at 3232 North Rock Road in Wichita, Kansas. Highly recommend him. Great guy, super nice. He was very busy when I got there, but right when I walked in, he asked, "Would you like me to look at the cards?" I had taken some cards in for trade. He offered me a cash amount, which I won't say what he offered, and he offered me a trade amount. Mm-hmm. And I took the trade amount and found some. Michelle's going to show you some cards that Michelle has been wanting.
So I might be opening these while we're talking.
Yes,
and again, great guy. Highly recommend him if you're wanting to buy. He has tons of baseball, football, basketball, Lorcana, Disney, Women's National Basketball Association. Everything you can think of is there, and some higher end stuff. And of course, I saw a dad with two kids, and these kids were asking, "Hey, do you have this player?" He would pull out these little bunches, like 50 of them, so that the kids could go through them and find cards that they could afford. And I thought that was really cool too. But anyways, back to your guys' show.
But so Topps obviously does a lot of baseball, football, basketball, all that stuff. Well, they collaborated, with Disney, and now we have Topps Chrome Disney. So John got me 2 boxes. So yes, so if you happen to see me go, "What?" Don't mind me. That just means I got a really cool card.
And while we do this case, after we try these goods, while she's doing that, we're going to talk about what has happened with the Rex Hummerman case. Yes. And we are also, I'm going to let Michelle go on her little tangent about the Rex Hummerman's second wife. Because there is a lot we want to talk about when it comes to his second wife.
Yes.
Because I honestly feel like she is a victim, not the same kind of victim as his murder victims, but a victim of his, of his manipulation and control.
So what is it? We always say it. We just make a shirt for it. We always say it. Feel bad for the child, but not the adult. Here, you partly feel bad for the adult, but not fully.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's very much, I said, I was watching the documentary, because there's a documentary with John, and I said, you know what she sounds like? She sounds like a Manson girl, the way she was talking about him. It's very culty, it's very cult-like, it's very...
And if nobody knows who Manson is, he's the one that's probably, still sitting in prison, if not dead already?
He's dead.
Okay, there you go.
He's the one who tried to start a race war.
Yeah. But he had people on the outside still doing things for him, but they were trying to. They could pinpoint it back to him because he can have people go and do all this crap.
Yeah, but yeah. So
And
we will talk about Manson. We will talk about the whole
and another
race war starting.
We are getting the podcast room cleaned up slowly but surely. She has a chair.
I have a spinny chair.
She has a penny chair. A penny chair. She's a penny pink chair. I was trying to say a pretty pink chair. So she's got a chair, so I gotta get me a chair.
Yeah.
So probably in the next couple months, I'm gonna get my bassinet chair because I really want that chair.
Yeah.
It just looks so fun.
So we went to the bakery. Like I said, this is a crab-filled donut. And then we have...
a little different.
It is. It's a little salty. And then we have the s'mores. So this is a s'mores-filled croissant.
Marshmallow in the center.
Marshmallow in the center. We have a s'mores Belgian waffle. And then she got the lemon blueberry mochi donut.
Yeah, mochi donut.
So
it just sounds good, but we didn't take photos or anything on the inside, but I did let the girl know behind the counter that we have a YouTube channel and they're going to be broadcast today.
Yeah.
By us trying this stuff. So we seen them on Facebook or something like that, where in social media it popped up, and then all of a sudden they just show s'mores. So she had a doctor's appointment this morning, got her to that, and then we went and did the coffee. I will have to say on the coffee.
Not your favorite?
No.
I fully agree.
I'm sorry on that, Paris baguette, but hey, this may. Did you?
There's other vegetables. Yes, I wanted it out.
Okay.
There are other vegetables.
Corn.
There's corn and carrots in here. I'm waiting for you to take a bite. Grab a bite.
Playing with my food. Like, what else is in this thing? We have a lot of crap, I'll tell you that much. Ooh, you hear that?
That's crunchy. They got a good crust on it.
Yes, they do. Looks like it's got some pepper, like the pepper too. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Very crunchy. Different. Definitely different. This almost has the breading. Sorry, I'm talking about my mouth full. Of an onion ring.
Yeah, it does have the breading of
an onion ring.
I really like the filling though.
The crab filling?
The
crab filling. Because I did the outside. I did the edge. Let's try this again. Do you hear this? ASMR. And then what did we talk about on the way here? Oh, we were talking about our thoughts of wanting to do a bakery cafe type thing. Well, it would be mixed. Yeah. I don't think we'd call it bakery. Probably like a cafe of some kind. Am I getting a breading?
I feel like the crab is cooked into the breading because it's a croissant.
That's not bad. I would say do like a tartar sauce or something with that if you eat it. I'm not telling them to do that, but like if you were to eat that, heat it up, and it is good heated. But maybe do like a.
What would you like to try next?
Let's go for the lemon blueberry mochi. I looked at her when we walked in. The flooring, I loved the flooring. It's
also practical flooring because it's anti-slip. So
and
this is the Corona. Don't know if you can see. But
lemon blueberry just sounds good. I might have my croissant tomorrow for breakfast.
I'm just going to try to take
I don't.
This ball, but I cannot take one of the balls like that.
There we go.
Look at you.
You want them. Ooh.
Good icing is good.
Good icing. Definitely.
And you can also see them fresh baked stuff. Give John a piece.
Bite. That lemon's good. It does give it a really good lemony.
A step above a Krispy Kreme. The lemon taste is delightful. It's not
Right.
overpowering.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Crumble, this puts you to shame.
Mm-hmm. That is good.
That is very good. Again, like John said, not over. It is sweet, but not in an overpowering way.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Wow. Say it again.
Okay, the next one.
Mm.
You want to try this Belgian waffle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want some Belgian waffle, John? Shoot your fingers.
It's good. It's a little hard because we didn't warm it up.
Oh goodness, I get a
Sorry.
big piece.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get that big of a piece, but. We won't need to eat dinner.
Reminds me of a fresh chocolate chip cookie with a little bit of a crunch to it.
It's a good Belgian waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more drizzle.
I think if it was warmed up, it would be even better.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we have
Le croissant.
the croissant.
We gotta say it right.
Croissant.
Le croissant.
Okay.
We gotta do the Elvis look. Le mess.
Definitely a mess.
Mm-hmm. Pretty careful.
Didn't even get to the filling, but it's still good. It's like the perfect.
Uh-huh. Chocolate on my face. That's why I'm wearing an old shirt. I can do this. I'm doing laundry on Saturday.
Like they care. Well, you better.
The chocolate is like it tastes like a dark chocolate to me.
But it tastes good.
Mm.
Pairs well with the chocolate. It reminds me.
On the waffle cake, or was it
Belgian.
waffle or Belgian waffle?
Mm.
That was also dark chocolate. You could taste it, and dark chocolate is much better for you. So,
They have really nice cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they have milk bread too. So
Maybe with this, they got the marshmallow on the inside. Maybe a little side or marshmallow filling to like dip it in.
ooh,
it's good.
Mm. Very airy, like in the middle. She
And
over there
makes a
wasting
mess.
hers.
No, I gotta pick it up too because the dog.
Sorry.
Damn. Because the dog is a menace.
Do it some chocolate before.
anybody watching right now?
Not
No.
yet. It usually takes them a few minutes to finish in. And I don't post it on Facebook saying we're going live. Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna start talking about. So if you recall, in 2020, in March, we were discussing the Long Island serial killer, aka the Gilgo Beach murder.
The marshmallow is very airy.
Yeah, it is. It's very different from regular marshmallow fluff. It feels like it's been whipped a little longer.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting.
So in March we talked about this case, and I mentioned that in January, March there was going to be in March I talked about how earlier they had January began the discovery process, so all the information that the prosecution had was released to the defense. In March, before we did our case, The defense actually pushed to have things like, if you recall, how the police got his DNA was through a pizza box he threw in a public trash can. And they did it like straight up spy style. Watching him, he dumps a pizza box in there. They take the pizza box, open it, and find a pizza that he had eaten.
Which is hilarious.
And took his DNA from that, right? Try to get that thrown out. Try to get the murder of Sandra Castilla thrown out, saying that that was not one of his murder victims, shouldn't be included. Trying to separate the cases. They were trying to make it 5 separate murder trials instead of one murder trial. And this is because if one case didn't have enough evidence, he could be found not guilty for it, whereas a case with exceeding evidence, he could be found guilty for. It's something most serial killers' lawyers do try to do. But something happened after we did our case. They were expected to go to trial and actually begin his trial in September. We had talked about that after the judge came up with his decision whether things should be included in the case or not. So we know a little bit more about his childhood, because remember how I said there was nothing known about his childhood. When I did research, there was absolutely nothing. All we knew is that he lived in his childhood home. We have more information now. So he was born in 1963 to Theodore and Dolores Humerman on Long Island. His dad was an aerospace engineer, and he passed when Rex was 12. Now, something I recall from the documentary is they said that his dad was very distant and aloof, not very present when he was alive. And Rex was described as, by his fellow students when he was in the elementary school years, as awkward, volatile, and a mama's boy. And he was very regularly bullied.
Okay.
According to others, his mom was such a controlling and dominant figure in his life that some kids got the impression that his mother was his all. Like, his everything revolved around his mother. Like, he would go, I have to be home to mother. Like, kind of Norman Batesy kind of spiel, right?
Go there again.
Yeah. His mom is actually still alive. She is either 95 or 96 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah. He was described as an angry loner in high school. And this is when many criminologists say that he began his consuming of literature about death and mutilation in early high school. Which is actually on par for about everyone we've talked about in the past. So he actually bought the home from his mom, his childhood home from his mom, in 1994.
Okay.
This was a year after his first murder. He murdered Sandra Castillo in 1993.
Okay.
And a year later, he bought his childhood home. And he actually turned his childhood room into his murder room, which has a weird connotation to it. Why you're turning your childhood bedroom into your murder room, I don't know, but that's a little weird, right? That's something that we need to look a little further into. So I mentioned there'd be So on April 7th, a notification was posted on the Suffolk County court website that Rex Humerman's case was having an unexpected court date pop up on April 8th. Nobody knew what this was about. Maybe prosecution had more evidence, defense was fighting something else. It was unknown what it was about. There was talk about him having made a plea, but they were not sure. There had been no talks of this. And on April 8th, when Rex Humerman walked into the courtroom, he did plead guilty to the murder of 7 women and admitted to the murder of an 8th woman. Now, if you remember, he was only being tried for the murder of 7 women. So he admitted to another murder. Do I believe this is the only killed 8 people in the whole entire time he killed? Absolutely not. I think he killed a lot more. There's actually talks that he may have gone to.
Ooh, sorry. Yeah.
That he went to different states and killed in different states.
244 out of 250 West Corona Denver card. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
That he actually went to different states and he hunted in different states because his job required him to travel to different states.
Right.
So now they're looking into the fact that he could have been killing in other states. And in this plea, he would admit he was guilty, admit to the murder, but there was a couple of things he included that he wanted to do before he pled guilty to the murder. This plea deal took months to hammer out.
Okay.
One of the requirements was that he sit down and tell his wife and daughter on 2 separate occasions. So he would tell his daughter separate from her mom.
We'll get to mom in a minute.
Yeah, about admit his guilt to them and answer any question they had for him. That was one of his requirements for the plea deal. For the defense, the prosecution, their side, they made the plea that he would admit guilt, he would admit how he killed them, and he would also work with the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit and give very lengthy interviews about his psychology, his everything going on in his brain. Because Rex Humerman, while he is a serial killer, he is a different kind of serial killer. He's very much able to keep a separate life, which is not something you see with your everyday average serial killer.
Double life.
Exactly.
And hiding it from
a family.
Keeping it from your family.
Most people thought that serial killers were a loner. While they could be personable in interactions and charismatic in interactions, they wouldn't be able to keep that charisma alive and well with a significant other, with children. It's very not a typical thing. So understanding this new type of psychology that's existing with them. So, like I said, there was a documentary, the Gilgo Beach Killer, House of Secrets, like the Netflix one, Gone Girls, the Long Island Serial Killer. I definitely recommend the Netflix one first. I really like the Netflix one. The Netflix one does more interviews with family and not news reporters, not people in power. And this one, on the other hand, there were a couple of times, like, for example, if you recall, I said that one of the victims, I do believe it was Amber Castillo, had 2 roommates, and she would sometimes have her clients come to the place and they would step out, and she would, if anything happened, she could call them, right? And she had called them with Rex Humerman. And that was when one of the men had literally described him to police as an ogre and gave an actual description. And this was in like 2010.
And they're not wrong, because I've seen what they look like even in the little documentary that Abigail has watched. And I was like, dude, he is a big ogre looking dude.
Yeah. So
he'd be someone that could overpower you in a heartbeat.
And him and the roommate removed him from the premises. In the Peacock documentary, they made it seem as if it was a scam where they would bring guys in, and then John's in, and then they would be like, "Oh, my boyfriend's coming home," and then remove them. And I don't. This one, they did not have the gentleman who watched him, who pushed him out. They did not have him interviewed, but in the Netflix documentary, they did. So I also wonder if it's maybe because this documentary was so attached to his wife, kind of trying to give the air, because this was in the earlier thing before he pled guilty, because there's multiple different parts at random different points. The air of innocence, I don't know what it was, but I did not. It was very enlightening. There's quite a bit of new information, but I did not appreciate how sometimes they painted the victims.
Because we know in past cases that we've done before, they don't really paint the victims. They paint them very mildly.
And also the Netflix documentary did a lot more into depth and detail about the corruption that was going on within the Suffolk County Police. They went really in depth about that. They
Not
mentioned
surprised.
the fact about this police commissioner was calling misdemeanor murders of sex workers. They did say he denies he said that.
Okay.
Of course, you're going to deny something you say when people are like, that is the worst thing you could possibly say. But if a lot of people are saying they heard you say it, I'm going to believe somebody who's saying you said it over a person who is literally charged with denying civil liberties to a person for beating a man up for breaking into his car.
Yeah.
And threatening to sexually assault his mother. That was another thing that police commissioner had one of the detectives do, was threaten this guy who broke into his car. He didn't know whose car he was breaking into.
Go that way.
But he still threatened him that way. And they also made it seem like this whole entire issue with the police issue only took a couple of months to solve. No, it took years. They started the investigation into him in 2016, and they didn't stop it until they weren't able to arrest him because it was such a tight knit police community in Suffolk County that it wasn't until 2020 when they arrested him. It wasn't months; it was years that he was still in service and everything like that. So,
which is so sad.
I am trying to find it. So one of the things that came out was his internet search history.
Kill will be on that list.
Yeah, I would definitely be. Yeah. Let me see.
Open, huh?
It's more than one. They're not easy to open.
So his search history again was very concerning. He was looking up Gilgo Beach murders, bodies found on, mind you, this was before 2010. Nobody knew these bodies were here until December of 2010. And in April 2010, he's typing in bodies found on Gilgo Beach. How are you typing that in if you don't know there's bodies on Gilgo Beach?
Yeah.
He's typing in bodies found on Gilgo Beach. He's typing up Gilgo Beach murder investigation. He's typing up trying to keep in and check in on the case. But then he's also searching up sadistic porn.
Who's searching this?
Rex Humerman.
No, this is before he's in jail, correct?
This is before he's in jail. This is his search history while he was out and about in public. So he's searching up things that are oh, this is concerning. With what he was looking up. Now it's not, of course, enough to try him because people have their
kinks,
their things, right? But they did find that he looked up how to erase a document. And they went, that's a little weird. So they proceeded to go in and were actually able to find this deleted document. Ooh. And he called it the HK list. That's what it was called in the document, was HK. Okay. Which we now understand means hunt kill list. That was kind of his thing. So it was a planning documentary and it had multiple different lists. It had problems, supplies, DS, and TRG. So DS means dump site. I am not sure what TRG means. Because underneath TRG is T1 Megan ? Small is good. It might be kind of victimology, and then it goes T Unk Black. So I don't know what that necessarily stood for. But in his problems, he listed DNA, tire marks, blood stains, fingerprints, plastic bags, cat litter, witnesses, trace source of supplies, foot shoe prints, photos, ? Misleaders, ? Police stop, truck stuck, fingerprints in gloves, plastic bags matched to box, hair, and fiber. So those are all potential problems he could find when he's committing one of these murders.
I mean, okay. I think that's very odd that one, yes, he made well, it's very odd in general. Made a list. Then he tries to delete it, not realizing, hey, ding dong, they're gonna find it.
This list was made in 2002. So underneath his supplies, he wrote booties, lye/acid, police scanner, rope/cord, saw/cutting tools, hair nets, photo film, burn cam, foam drain cleaner, body wash wipes, tarps, drop cloths, medical grade gloves, bag/tape, large electrical clips, and wrapped cargo strap.
Oh, wow.
So those are all the supplies he needs when he's dumping a body, killing somebody. And it came out, and I will talk about this a little more. So Rex Humerman had 279 guns in his basement. A lot. 92 of those were actually registered and licensed to him. So inside he had this giant gun safe with all of his guns. Behind that room was his childhood room, his secret room that he never let anybody go into. He didn't let his wife go in. He didn't let his kids go in. He didn't let anybody into that room. Now, when the police went in there, they didn't find blood and stuff like that because he did this thing. The roof of his kill room was like one of the school kind of tile rooms with those like corkscrew board kind of roofings. Yeah. Instead of stapling or instead of taping, because tape can collect hair fibers, he would take push pins and put plastic using the push pins into the ceiling to make a whole entire plastic encompassing thing. To make it that when he dumped the body, all he had to do was wrap it, and dump the plastic in a different location. Because he did not dump the plastic with the bodies. He dumped it in a separate location far, far, far away.
How far?
Far away.
Okay.
For DS, which stands for dump site. It's
at dump shed.
Dump site, Mill Road. Dump site 2, ? Dumpster site next time recon dumpster locations. So he was doing recon on future potential dumping sites. When this was taking place, when he typed this up. He did a lot of planning. It was one of the reasons why it took him so long to get caught. That, and then also all of the corruption that was happening in the police force at the time. With the fact that they had cut off all help from the FBI, any other nearby police force, and only this police task force could take care of it, in the Suffolk County Police Department. And then that case was going nowhere.
What cracks me up is every case that we have done so far, there's always been corruption.
A layer of corruption. Yeah. So this case was going to be a long case, as I mentioned. The prosecution had 200 witnesses they were going to call to the stand. 200. That's 200 pulling them forward, going, hey, answer these questions. Cool, you're good to go. If I need to recall you, I'll recall you. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of time. This trial would have probably taken about 3 months.
Wow. Now, didn't they just use witness statements when they called these people in? They didn't have them.
So they didn't even use witness statements because he pled guilty. So when he walked in and he pled guilty, he agreed to not do any of the smoke and mirrors. He had to admit how he killed them. and then later they would give him his sentence. So when he was there in April 8th, he goes, I plead guilty to the murder of the 7 women. And then he admitted guilt to an 8th. He will not be tried for murder for the 8th victim because he admitted guilt. But he's not going to be held for jail time for them, for her murder. Because again, these bodies were found as skeletal remains. You can approximate how they died, but you can't really give a definitive and most of the time we know how bodies die because you find them before they're in full skeletal form. He admitted that these women were strangled, that he had strangled all of these women. That was his method of killing, and then he would post-mortem dismember the bodies when he did dismember bodies. Because remember, he did cut up bodies and put them in different locations. So his first victim was Sandra Castilla in 1993. And everyone believed he killed in 1993 and then he didn't start killing again until the early 2000s. That was not the case. With the 8th victim that was found, that he admitted to killing, her name was Karen Vertada, and she was killed in 1996. Now, a fun little fact about that date is he murdered her after he killed her the day before he married his second wife, before he got on a plane and flew to Iceland to marry his second wife. Which to me is baffling. How you can kill somebody, then go get on a plane. Somebody described, a psychologist described it as most serial killers, when we discuss serial killers, their big thing is the kill. Mm-hmm. And then they have that period to sit and stew in their kill, right? His was a little different. He would take the day before the kill, right? And set everything up. Mm-hmm. He would set up the kill room. His wife and his kids wouldn't be home because they were on vacation.
Yep, he would, and that's how he would do it too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he would send them out. He would send them out of town just so he could sit there and plan and do it.
Yeah, and he would kill. He would set up the house for this kill room, and the next day he would get the girl, kidnap her, kill her. The third day he would sit there, clean it up, and it would all be nice and neat. And it would be a 3-day long experience of killing, which is different from most serial killers. Because you usually have it as a one and done hit. He took his time. There was when they raided his home, the police raided his home the second time. They actually found out that when his wife and daughter and son-in-law were on vacation in Iceland, and when one of the girls went missing, she went missing on a date, and he didn't go flying for a next couple of days. But all of a sudden, he redid the bathroom. So they tore apart the bathroom. They broke the tub. They ripped up the flooring. They ripped up the vanity. They tore things off the wall because it's a little weird.
Yeah.
That he buys supplies 2 days into them being gone to redo the whole entire bathroom. And typically, a bathroom renovation does not take 2 days to do or a day and a half to do. He did it in a day and a half, where he redid the tub, he redid the flooring, he redid the vanity. That's a lot to do for no reason at all. Mm-hmm. And he told his wife at the time that it was because he wanted to surprise her. I don't believe that for a second. There is the theory that he kept one of the victims in that bathroom before he killed her, and he was using it to cover up any evidence. And as I mentioned, he was married a second time. So he had previously married somebody. According to him, he could not control that one very well. He could not control his first wife very well. So he divorced her. If that gives you any clue and indication about his second wife. So we're going to talk about his sentences. June 17th, literally last Wednesday, he was given his sentencing. The victims' families gave impact statements. Kimberly Overstreet, the sister of Amber Costello, called him a raging, murdering sex addict. Liana Waterman, who was 3 when Megan Waterman was killed, her mom, so Megan Waterman was her mom, recalled learning what happened to her mom. I came across an article about her that was the moment I truly understood what happened. Because her mom was killed when she was 3. She didn't find out about it until she was a teenager because they just thought she was missing. And so when she's a teenager, she's going on her phone and she comes across an article about her mom. And she goes, I came across an article about her, and that was the moment I truly understood what happened. I remembered asking what prostitute and pimp meant because she had no idea what her mother did. And so she's reading all these news articles that are calling her mom a prostitute and all this other stuff. She later said her heart had been broken, and for years I tried to find a place where I felt like I belonged. Waterman's aunt said, "Be gone, you evil demon," to him. Jasmine Robinson, the cousin of Jessica Taylor, said, I can't even put into words the eviscerating hatred I have for you. You fill me with so much repugnance. I can't stand it. 1,000,000 years isn't enough. Robinson said of Humerman's impending sentence, nothing will ever make this right. She described her cousin as fierce, kind, compassionate, beautiful, and intelligent. She said to Humerman, you chose small women because you're nothing more than a weak, disgusting coward. Justice has been done, but it cannot replace what's been taken, said J.A.M, the mother of victim Valerie Mack. She had dreams, and you took them all away from her. Maureen Bernard Barnes, 2 children and sister, were also in court on Wednesday and described how the loss of their mother had affected them. Maureen, sister, Melissa Cann, said she had lived with survivor's guilt for decades. It was a weight I carried everywhere, she said, sobbing deeply, but she said that guilt is not mine to carry. It is for Rex and Rex alone. Amanda Funderburg, the sister of Melissa Bartholomew, she was the one he called when she was a teenager.
No, that's right.
And harassed her and called her slurs and said, I'm going to kill you like your whore sister. He said that to her. She's 15 at the time when he said that to her. She didn't know her sister was dead. She thought maybe this guy is pranking me because she didn't want to believe it. No. I mean, could you believe a stranger calling you on your phone saying, do you know where your sister is? Who is this? Do you know where your sister is? Who is this? I'm watching your sister rot.
Hold on.
If you ever get something like that, immediately call the police.
She did, and they tried to trace, but he was smart about it, burn her phone and everything like that. So she described the call in which Humerman, who was seated mere feet from her, said to look at her while she was speaking. She looked at him and said, look at me when I'm talking to you.
That sounds like a mom.
And she
look at me when I'm talking to you.
And told him it's been 17 years since they last spoke.
Wow.
And she said, she called him an ogre and a repulsive monster. And she goes, I hope you suffer in the way my sister suffered, she said. Save a spot in hell. I'll see you there.
No, you won't, young lady.
Wow. I mean,
what he did, he won't have to answer for. You didn't do anything, so you're not going to be,
and
so far in your life you haven't done anything, so don't compare yourself to a serial killer.
So after the judge asked if Rex Humerman had anything to say, and he spoke so softly, someone in the gallery actually went, speak up, because he was speaking. Mind you, Rex Humerman is tall. He's like 6 foot something. He's big. He's bigger than most of the police officers there. He's big, like round too. He's big.
Bigger than
and
John.
He's speaking so
Hey.
I said he's bigger than you.
And he's speaking so softly that somebody is asking him to speak up. it's giving me the ick. And he goes, there are no words I can say. I am responsible for all that was said in this room today. The words I would say have no meaning. When the judge directly asked him, I know that you're sorry you got caught. I assume that you're sorry for what you've done to your wife and children. Are you a little bit sorry for what you've done to these poor innocent women? 8 women that you strangled to death, at least 8 that we know of. Are you a little bit sorry for that? Yes? And he asked, yes, are you sorry for that? And he quietly responded with only 3 words. Yes, I am. That's all you have to say? The judge, being an OG, being a real one, sentenced him to 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, followed by 4 terms of 25 years to life for second-degree murder charges. He said, you've been described as a very big man, but you're a disgusting and despicable small man, if you're a man at all, and you're a coward. He demanded the officers to get him out of here, and as he was leaving, the courtroom started chanting, ogre, 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 as he was leaving the courtroom.
How fast did the judge tell him to stop?
The judge didn't.
Oh, okay. Good job.
He was transferred to a prison in upstate New York. And he is now serving his many, 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 many years in prison.
Which is bullshit. He should be electrocuted and fried.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone who does that kind of stuff should just go, oh, now I get to sit in a nice, comfortable jail cell with TV, breakfast, lunch, dinner that we, the taxpayers, pay. Mm-mm.
And I understand that, but I also understand we need to study him because of this. If serial killers evolve, right?
I'll study him. He's a psycho.
But the thing is, serial killers evolve. They change. They're always going to find a new and different way to cover themselves. The fact that he was able to do what he did while maintaining a wife and a children and a good job.
You did see his wife.
Yes.
Okay. That's not hard to maintain.
But that's the thing. He's the second killer that this has happened with. Mm-hmm. There's very rarely, again, serial killers are often said, yes, in moments of like interaction, brief interactions, they can be charismatic, they can be inviting, nice, kind. You think they're so amazing and so wonderful, but they cannot maintain it for extended periods of time, such as having a wife, such as having children. It's really, really difficult. Those masks slip really, really fast, really, really hard. But he was able to do it really well. And so I think studying him to see if maybe there are markers that we can flag, because what if there are more out there like him?
Yeah.
Because most serial killers were not dumping their body in the 70s and 80s. We're not dumping their bodies in hidden places like he was. If serial killers actually decided to take time and hide their bodies, we wouldn't be very...
Or maybe serial killers are learning from other serial killers, and they're also learning from movies. Movies that show graphic violence.
Well, you got copycat killers.
You know, and they see this stuff and they're like, hey, I could do that. And you have these movie producers that are making these movies like Hostel. And I'm not knocking the movies. If you guys enjoy these types of movies, more power to you. But the rich paying to murder people, you can't tell me that's not going on. Cannot tell me that's not going on. You can't tell me that the elite are not killing children who haven't even gotten a birth certificate because there's breeders that breed these children and traffic them, and they murder them in these satanic cults and eat their flesh. And if you haven't noticed, these people that are famous, all of a sudden, oh, I'm losing my eyesight. Oh, I'm having My body's forming things that aren't there. This is because they're eating human flesh. And I'll just shut up at that.
So
Sorry, I went on a tandem.
I understand yes. I don't think he should be getting in prison the whole entire time. I think you get what you need and then because there's no way he's ever going to.
He ain't getting out, but it doesn't mean that somebody won't try inside.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to talk about his wife because we mentioned previously that he was married to her. They got divorced a couple of months into the whole trial court case. This was most likely not because she actually we know this. It was not because she believed he was a killer. It was because that way she would be able to keep the home and the kids would be able to keep the home. It was a way to split the assets, the marital assets. So
why you would keep the home?
I don't know why you would want to keep the home either.
I would want to burn it.
Because remember, he killed these women in the home. I don't. So his wife and daughter. His daughter was more. I struggled to believe that he was a killer, because she had never seen that part of him. She had never seen the mask slip. He was always that.
He was always a wonderful father. She called him.
Yeah, a wonderful father.
And I didn't see the documentary, but I see bits and pieces of it.
He was also described as a very 1950s traditional man, where he would go to work and his wife stayed home, and he provided for everything, and they didn't really have to worry about anything else when it came to finances. So his daughter struggled to accept it. His wife refused. She refused to accept it at all. Like, the daughter was like, maybe I didn't know that part of him, but all I ever saw was the good side of him. And it was she struggled with it a lot. And his wife, though, they brought in a psychologist to help her because she was refusing to acknowledge it. I mean, she literally had a conversation. So the day that Rex Humerman had his wife come to the prison, where he then told her he had killed, she was like, I hear you're going to admit guilt. And he goes, yeah. And she goes, how many women have you killed? Remember, everyone only knew about 7 women at this point in time. And he just looks at her and he goes, 8. He looks at her, he admits to 8 murders. Now, my question is, if I'm interviewing somebody and all of a sudden somebody admits to me that they killed an extra person that I didn't know about, my question is, who's the 8th person? That was not her first question.
You're a murderer?
My first would be, there's an 8th victim. Who's the 8th victim? She did not ask that question. She asked about him killing in the home. And he was like, yeah, I killed in the home. And he tried to lessen it, I will say, by saying, I didn't kill all of them. I would bring sex. I think her second question was, did you hire sex workers? And his answer was yes. And she was upset. Did that make her feel better? I think it made her feel worse because it was, to her, she was not succeeding as a wife.
Wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough. So she felt bad about the sex worker thing more than anything else. And again, there is something. They got married when she was young. She had previously been in a marriage and they had gotten divorced. It was a bad marriage. I'm not sure if there was abuse in the house with her first marriage. But she met Rex when she was young. They did not immediately start dating. They were friends in Iceland. And then after her divorce, he was like, you want to marry me? You want to start dating me? They started dating. She got pregnant and they got married. I think it was only a couple of months that they were together where she got pregnant and they got married. So she brought in a previous child from a previous marriage. She's young. Bad childhood, abusive childhood, dad not present. And She just, when she talks about him, it's almost like he's this god that can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's in prison for the murders. This is after he admitted to her that he had killed 8 women, and he calls her because he did a weekly check-in with her,
Mm-hmm.
where he would weekly call her and ask her how she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little weird to me. It's very much cult leader calling his cult to maintain his power and control over the cult.
And every time he would call,
she would answer with a smile.
Yes, she always have a smile, like nothing happened.
She's like, "Oh, Rex is calling," and I'm like, "Lady."
No. That's the part I didn't. This woman, she's driving me nuts. It's like, how are you that blinded?
Because I think he groomed her. It is purely a matter of grooming. If he was able to find a perfect victim to just sit there, because remember, he told her this. The psychologist was in the room with them while he said this, that he divorced his first wife because he couldn't control her. And when they were like, so why did he say why he chose you? Did he choose you because you were easier to control? And she goes, no, he didn't say that. And the psychologist was like, no. What did he say when he said he divorced his first wife? And she was like, that she wasn't easy to control. To me, that means I'm easier to control than your first wife.
That's called a red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag. You need to buy some red flags.
Yeah. So it was very concerning how she acted. I honestly feel as if she is a victim in her own right. She's not the same level of victim. She is not the same level as victim as his murder victims. She was, though, groomed.
She's more or less a victim of
Mental
abuse.
Yes.
And the manipulation behind it all. Hers is just a mental abuse altogether.
Now, I will say, after he admitted to it to her, she believed he was the Gilgo Beach killer. She was like, yes, I believe he's the killer.
But it took him a number of phone calls for her finally to believe it, which is baffling to me. And this is where she says my little tangent went off on this woman. I literally think she needs to be put into a psychiatric mental institute, and not in a negative sense of the way. It's just to help her understand what this man has done, because she's not fully grasping everything that's being told to her. She still thinks he's this man that walks on water. Mm-hmm. Every time he calls and she picks up that phone, she does, like I said, she does it with a smile.
The psychologist even said that she was living in it was in an imaginary world. Like it was.
Oh, and wait, folks, because she does something downstairs.
Yeah, it was completely disconnected from reality. She is completely disconnected when it comes to reality, when it comes to him.
Like in her head, nothing happened, nothing went wrong. He's just away on a business trip.
Yeah.
He'll be back soon.
She even refused for the first couple of months that he was gone, would refuse to go into his gun room / secret room. The one that they tore. I will admit, the police did tear his house apart. Should they probably have sent somebody in to, try to fix it up? I mean, they did like literally break the side of the bathtub and rip up all the flooring, and they had to put like trash bags down so they could walk and use the toilet and everything like that. Could they have at least, afterwards tried to fix up the home that they literally tore their home apart? I will say it is also 2020. I think when they did this, they started doing it in 2023. Homes are starting to get expensive. And again, she doesn't have a job. He provided solely for her.
Yeah, he pretty much gave her everything.
So they had no home. They had no form of income. Her lawyer was actually helping provide for her because she had nothing. But I will say it was very concerning. It was a weird documentary. His daughter, I will say, when she found out, she wanted nothing to do with him. She asked, like, I don't remember like the exact question she asked, but she was like, okay, cool. She walked out. She wanted nothing to do with him. She completely was like, he may be a monster, and I think also for her, kind of like with Dennis Rader's daughter, coming to terms with, you know, this man as a loving, devoted father. While Dennis Rader's daughter did occasionally see the mask slip, that didn't really happen with Rex Humerman.
He kept it pretty well hidden.
Yeah, he kept it pretty well hidden. But also coming to terms with this loving father of yours is a serial killer who's been brutally torturing and killing women. It's something that sometimes it is hard to connect the two. But it takes time. And the first step to bridging that gap is acknowledging it. And the wife was just refusing to acknowledge it.
I think the daughter also seen the same therapist too.
Yeah.
To help her out.
It was a family therapist. She was seeing the whole entire. So she was also seeing Rex. And Rex, his daughter, his wife, they all basically with
even
this documentary.
the son from the first marriage for her.
Yeah. But those, I think, 3 in particular signed away their HIPAA rights so that the documentary could go and talk more in depth about what was happening.
You don't see the son much in the documentary.
No, I think because he did not sign his HIPAA rights. And also, I think he figured there was something going on.
Yeah, I think he was more there in support of his
mom.
sister and mom. You know, stepsister, but mostly mom.
So the wife, they were going to move out in, I think, like 2025, move out of the home. Didn't work out that way. The daughter moved out, the son moved out, because again, why are you going to want to stay in a home where you kill people?
And people are going to drive by and go, hey, that's where that murderer lived.
Yeah. She is staying in the home, and she redid the basement. She turned his secret room / gun room into her bedroom, and she is now sleeping approximately where his victims were when he killed them.
You heard that right, folks.
Yeah. And she says it's so she can be closer to him and feel him.
She wants to be. She said, from what I caught, the little bit that I've seen, that she's doing that because she wants to understand that side of him. That's what she said. She doesn't want to understand Rex Humerman, who she knew to be the loving, caring father and husband. She wanted to know the dark side of that killer. And I'm sitting there staring at the TV like,
why?
And no, that's not what I was thinking. You really need to be locked up, lady.
And she also admitted that she said that she doesn't sleep because she has nightmares of the victims. And I'm like, of course you're having nightmares.
You're sleeping in the room.
You're sleeping in the room. But
yes.
She redid a majority of the house.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It is very weird.
I don't know if she is still in communication with him. I do believe she is in communication with him.
Would she allow ghost hunters to come into her home?
Oh boy, that'd be a fun show to watch.
Probably not. Because then she would, I don't know. But it is, the documentary is really good. I would prefer if you were to watch a documentary on it, watching Gone Girls, the Long Island serial killer, because they have the original 911 call from Shannon Gilbert. The victim that went missing, they have that call, and on top of it, all of the other 911 calls that were placed stating that a woman was running in the middle of the road. And a reminder, Shannon Gilbert's body was found really close to where all the dump sites of the bodies were found. The first autopsy said that, it was an accidental death. I don't know about you, but the style in 2010 was skinny jeans. The hardest thing to take off
when they're wet
is wet skinny jeans. They're saying she went into this marsh, got sopping wet, took off all of her clothes.
Bullshit. And
then was found dead in the marsh. She died accidentally. She died of hypothermia. That's how she died.
Bullshit.
A second autopsy was done on her, and he ruled it a homicide. But the police and the Suffolk County police precinct DA, they refused to change it. They refused to say that it was a homicide. She was again found very close to where the other girls were found. She was running from somebody.
And remember, folks, the police department and many of these officials call these women prostitutes, ladies of the night, so on and so on. They had no right to say that. When you put someone in, okay, I'll use Walmart for example. There are several positions in Walmart. So I'm not going to go and say, well, you're a Walmart and you're a Walmart and you're a Walmart. We all do different things. These women, excuse me, live their lives. We don't know why they chose to do what they did, other than to make money to help themselves and their family. And if you are the first person out there that sits there and says, well, I'm going to cast that stone, they were prostitutes, blah, 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 then shame on you, because you can't tell me that we have all of us do what we can to make enough money to either take care of ourselves or our families. And for the police departments and these upper officials to call them that, call them by their name. This was, and I'm just using examples, Roxana Anderson. This was Tina McCaffey. Don't sit there and say, oh, this prostitute. Remember who they are. Remember they had a life. They were someone's daughter or mom or wife. And this brutal piece of crap took that from them. It took them from their families. I'm done.
Sorry about that.
Yep. I'm
I,
gonna cry, so I'm
I
just
will
gonna go
also
away.
say there are people who were found on that stretch of beach that they have not identified. I do believe they called her Cherry because of her cherry tattoo. They were able to identify. Cherry was also located with a toddler, a baby. Those bodies were together along the strip. They are also looking for, so if you know anybody who may have been in Long Island with a specific tattoo, I would go ahead and recommend. There are still victims they are looking for on this beach. There is also, they refer to him as Asian Jane Doe.
They're trying to figure that one out.
They're also trying to figure that one out. They are actually going to do genetic testing on the bones to see if maybe they can identify him that way. I will say it is important to note on his hard drive, Rex Humerman had Asian twink porn searched up.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that search, you find an Asian male dead, that's a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
Because that means he didn't just kill women. He killed others.
So it makes you wonder, how many more did he go after? How many more did he
pursue? So I know for Asian Jane Doe, Asian John Doe, not Jane. Asian John Doe, they are still looking for. I do believe. Let me triple check to make sure it's Cherry.
While she's doing that, I will give Paris Baguette Bakery Cafe thumbs up on your pastries. The lemon blueberry, very good.
So there is, yes, on March Cherries, 2007, unidentified for 19 years.
That was it. Her tattoo?
That's her tattoo.
Okay.
The cherries were located above her right breast. That is the only identifying marker they have for her. So if you know anybody who matches that description, who is a petite, small woman, may have been in the Long Island area, they are still trying to identify her. If you know anyone who might have matched that description, I do believe, again, cherries may have been, there is also a child located with another body. that they are trying to identify. But like I said, with the Asian John Doe, they are starting to do genetic testing to see if they can identify him that way because he has been unidentified for so long.
I'm surprised they didn't try and do it through dental.
From what I understand, his face was beat to a pulp.
Okay.
His skull was crushed. Yeah, there's a lot of rage with that killing.
Well, you could also do bone.
But that's what she was
matching
saying.
of DNA or
The DNA,
with the teeth. It takes one tooth.
The thing is with the DNA, they couldn't do DNA because there was no match in the system. So now what they're doing is they're taking his DNA and they're going to put it in a genealogy like Ancestry.com, 23andMe. They're going to be putting it in there, and if a family member is taken, somebody of genetic similarity has taken one of these DNA tests, they'll be able to match. It was actually, that's how they identified the the Golden Gate rapist. His daughter did a DNA test, and it's a little dubious if this was technically allowed, but the police department got the access to the 23andMe database and ran it against rape cases, and they were able to identify this man through his daughter's DNA.
Oh wow, and we haven't done that case, have we?
No, he was 90 when they arrested him, though, so it was really like I think he was also a police officer, if I'm not mistaken.
So, in other words, what I'm hearing in the near future, that's going to be a case.
Yes, that will be a case. It is a very interesting case. It is a very brutal case. He was a brutal man. That one.
Now we haven't done our little calendar yet.
Yes.
So we're waiting to do our little calendar when we get the room finished up.
Yes. And tomorrow, next week's case, because I know it will be July 1st. But I wanted to do the pulse shooting in honor of Pride Month. It is an important event that happened. It is a tragedy that happened. Mm-hmm. So.
And then, are you still going to be off on Wednesdays?
I don't know if I will be off on Wednesdays. We will have to see.
Yeah, you want to tell it?
I got a manager position at Fulmer. I'll be in front of the front end, so.
So yeah, we don't know what her days off are going to be. So right now they're Wednesdays until otherwise notified.
And it will be varying.
So there could be where she has Wednesday off, and there might be a day she has Saturday off with me. If she has Saturday off, we'll do a live on Saturday. If it's a day that she works 7 to 4 on Wednesday when we're off, then we'll still do it on Wednesday, but just give her that little time to get comfortable. Yeah. So we might not do it until 5:30 or something, our time. Because remember, we're 2 hours ahead from people in Arizona and whatnot. So, but yeah. I'm done with the sweets.
Okay.
I can't do no more sweets.
But yeah, that was our case. A lot has happened with the Rex Humerman case. Yeah. So I recommend watching the Netflix documentary Lost Girls. It was the first
Gone Girls or Lost Girls?
Gone Girls. It was the first documentary that came out about Rex Humerman. It was, and they use a lot of news reporters. They are also the one who talked about how the head of the DA and the police commissioner that he put in place had known each other since he was a young boy who said he witnessed somebody kill somebody. Even though
no,
there is literally no evidence of it. So most likely, starting when he was 12, he probably got somebody wrongly convicted of a murder.
Yeah.
When he was like 15 years old.
And these documentaries that she watches, I don't watch any of them because, again, I don't want to know what's going on.
We will also do the Samuelites.
What?
The Samuelites. But before we do the Samuelites, we got to talk about Warren Jeffs and his group of Mormonism.
Okay.
We hope you guys enjoy the show, and we hope that it informs you of some of the things that happen in this world of ours. Though a lot of this is based on horrible people that have done horrible things, remember there are such wonderful people in this world that do such wonderful things. I know one pulled over and picked up a turtle off of a busy highway road, and removed it from the road so that it wouldn't be crushed.
That was me.
And I mean, this is try to find good in everyone. You know, even if they come across as just shitty, mean people, try to find the good in them. Try to bring it out of them, you know, and remember that everybody's going through something. So if you think your life is hard, remember there's people out there going through the same thing you're going through. Sometimes it's harder and sometimes it's easier for them. But just remember, try to show love and try to show compassion for others. And Michelle laughs at me because I
I'm
ramble.
laughing at Marie because she's sitting behind you going, "Why are you talking so loud?" She's got her eyes on like,
I'm trying to
why
rest
are you
here.
talking so loud?
Hello.
She looks traumatized. You know those visions, that point where cats get like
Tunnel vision.
mm.
Like, why is he talking so loud?
Oh, you mean the face that Tataru made when she jumped on my computer when I was just staring out the window?
Yeah.
And then I went like this to her back,
No,
and then
out
she
of my mouth.
turns her head,
Out of my mouth.
looks at me, and starts
God, what is up with you
growling
guys today?
and like.
Like,
And then she turns real slow again and look out the window.
Maybe not. Maybe on one of our tea times, because we've done tea times in a row now. We'll have to show them the progress of the podcast room.
Yes.
I got rid of at least 2 or 3 boxes today. One box I kept empty so we can put like what we want to shred or burn later on. And then when it gets cooler, I mean, right now it's humid. It is very humid. We have been getting rain, which is lovely. Love the rain.
As an Arizona girlie, I love the rain. I love it. It's amazing. I'm also getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it because I'm getting tired of walking in the grass and my feet going smoosh, smoosh. And I'm like, my guys,
Squish, squish.
like I've never had my feet sink into the ground because it's so wet.
That's because in Arizona you put your feet on the ground and the water that was there went.
Yeah.
And your feet are on fire.
It disappeared and your feet are on fire. But no, we got plans for that. But we're gonna sit down during the week sometime because again, I have Wednesdays and Saturdays off. Sure, we can sit down and go over what is going to.
And we might be able to do that like today, if you're finishing up cleaning up upstairs.
Well, I'm already done with the file boxes. There was like some boxes.
I gotta put some cards back into my crate up there.
There is like a few boxes. There's like 3 boxes for shred or burn, and then there's like 4 boxes that just have stuff in them that I just need to go through and either get rid of it or whatever the case may be.
And for anyone asking,
I can probably take my crafty stuff over there upstairs too and get that put up in the closet.
And for anyone asking, because everyone that we previously lived in with Arizona does not understand the difference between, what do you mean there's a tornado watch? Aren't you in the basement?
There's a difference.
There's a difference. Tornado watches, tornado might happen, might not. We're going to keep it on the burner. It's kind of like a boil. Like it's got a royal, a little boil. It's just it's
like a bubble, almost Twilight Trouble.
Yeah. Tornado warning.
No. Get your butt in the basement.
Yeah, it's get your butt in the basement because the pot is boiling over. It's bad. It's that means a tornado has been spotted near you.
Yep.
So
that's the difference.
There's a difference.
There's a difference. And I mean, we do have flash flood. I'm not really here. I mean,
not here.
It's now we will say
the closest we got was our neighbor. His water line broke, and so we looked up the door after we hear a pop, and there's water just coming out of the street, and we're like, "Ooh,
yeah,
oops."
And the only other piece of info or suggestion I can make to people: be careful when you're driving in Wichita. Watch for animals. That could be someone's. I've already seen, no joke,
many cats. 4
cats that have been hit while I was a kitten, and that did not make me happy. You all know how I feel about cats, how I feel about animals in general. Pay the frick attention.
And also, please stop speeding.
Yes, stop hitting the geese. That's a crime.
Also, fun fact: if you're ever in a face-to-face confrontation with a goose, right? Pray to Saint Martin de Tours. He is the patron saint of geese. I don't know how he got to be the patron saint of geese, but he's the patron saint of geese.
I think when it gets closer to spooky season, we'll start doing some more folklore. Well, he's not really a folklore, but stuff like that. Some saints and whatnot. So they
some
better
fun little...
understand them. And then I told her I want to do the whole thing on the nursery rhymes and the nursery songs. So I'll probably start that in next month of August.
And then also everyone get ready because guess what's coming?
Spooky season?
Bath and Body Works.
Also, fellow Wichitonians, August 29th and 30th is the Wichita Comic-Con. So wear your outfits, go and have fun, and enjoy life.
That's something that John and I may go do, and I might record some video and then just post it.
But you said August 31st and 30th?
August 29th and 30th.
You guys will probably get in. I wouldn't be able to.
I already have Saturday off. I don't know if I'll take the 30th off.
No, the reason I say that is because inventory is September 10th. And they will.
It's all right, Mulan. We know the fan's not on.
Well, she doesn't seem to be so scared of fans not being on anymore.
No, she's in the podcast room. Mm-hmm. She looked up and her eyes got big and was like, "Nope, I'm out." And she took off.
I think it's because this one is so high compared to the podcast room.
Probably. But when we do tidbits of more,
and maybe coming down the line, you might also catch like home improvement stuff. You might catch us doing some tiling and making little brick books.
Yeah.
Little arts and crafts like that.
But we're slowly, the house is coming together. Mm-hmm. We know it's going to take a little bit, but slowly it's coming together. But the more we do things, we'll share, whether it's in a regular case or just on a tea time. We usually like to save what's going on during tea time and save the other stuff for the cases, because God only knows how long those are going to be. Mm-hmm. So we hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday evening and has a wonderful rest of the week. And then we will see you possibly next Wednesday. There's no promises because we don't know what the days off are going to be for her.
I might get days off by myself. The whole house to myself? What am I going to do with myself?
You'll like it, I'll tell you that much. I like when nobody's here on Saturday.
You might have days where I'm off.
Then wait till I get home and do a podcast? No. Well, that's the thing about with her getting the team lead position. Very proud of her for getting that.
Also, can we talk about how you immediately found a spider?
Yes.
She found another one on the staircase. I have not seen a single spider except the one time that Marie manually brought up a spider.
Yeah.
She brought up a spider in the mouth. She picked it up and brought it up. But I've not seen a spider up there. She watches one on the staircase.
Yep. I'm just like, I miss you.
And mind you, I had been off on a day I'm not usually off. And spiders are routine based. So I was like, I'm going to catch them off guard. So I cleaned. I moved all the furniture. I moved everything around. Ain't no spider seen all day. Nothing. Switched up the routine. Switched up what was moved. She gets home. Spider just chilling on the staircase.
Yep. And then this one's watching it walk. And I'm like, it's walking. It is walking. It is walking. Kill it.
I didn't know if I was going to miss it. I think I missed it and it fell and it was kind of shocked because it just stood there.
And then I just... the floor.
And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm the only one. I'm the one that finds the spiders in the house.
Other than the cats. The cats find the spiders too.
So, yeah. Oh, we know. Yes.
Tataru finds them. Marie finds them.
Milan's found them. She tried to play with the brown recluse, and I had to scoot her in between my legs so she wouldn't try to eat it.
Tataru tried to play with a brown recluse by pulling her in.
Yeah.
And then it crawled underneath her, and she was like, well, where did it go?
Yeah, she laid right on freaking top of it. And I'm like, what are you doing, you numbnuts?
Marie brought up a brown recluse in her mouth.
No, weird. Weirdos.
I have nightmares of Marie dropping a brown recluse on.
I was afraid one would just be crawling on the damn bed. But I mean, since we've lived here though, it's like occasionally I've seen them.
Yeah.
Occasionally we've been seeing them. It's not like it was before.
Also, the peppermint seems to be working because I noticed something. You're not finding the spiders typically until like a week after I've cleaned. Probably when the peppermint scent wears off.
Probably. What?
So, yeah.
But we are going to jump off because I want to go take a shower. Stop moving the camera, Willow. I would like to go take a shower because it's hot in here.
It is only 74.
It's muggy. It's humid in here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a shower.
And I got a tetanus shot today, and I am tired.
Yeah. So, yep, because then we got an appointment next Wednesday to get all the stuff changed over for the vehicles.
Oh shit! I should have told you later about that.
Yeah, it's at 10:25. You guys are pretty much just going to get your ID changed over, but we need both vehicles there for the license plate.
Yeah, so Justin can do that. The thing is, I need my ID.
Yeah, so
we'll see. We'll figure out how this works.
Yeah, but we will see you all hopefully next week. If anything changes, we will come on here. I'll come on here and say, okay, not having one Wednesday, I'll do like a little short live or something like that, or we will do a little short live saying it's going to be, I don't know, Saturday that we do it or something, like say she has a Saturday off. So the days might change, just so you all have a heads up.
The days will probably change weekly.
And so, yeah, so giving you all the heads up now, just be forewarned. I mean, we could do a short live on here the day before saying, hey, come back tomorrow. We're going to be here, from 5. We always do the hour and a half. Today we actually did it it's a little, is it over short? Not even.
It's an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we're almost at the hour and a half mark. We'll continue to try and do an hour and a half if we can. If it's not an hour and a half, hey, it's not an hour and a half. But thank you to everybody that has been watching and continuously, jumping on here and supporting us and giving us that thumbs up and whatnot. And we're still at 190. That's still good. I won't complain, But hopefully we get the ball rolling now that we're here. We're settled. We'll start doing these more often. But yeah, when we figure out our schedule, what's going to happen and when the cases are going to happen, because we get our schedules at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks out. We can start. We'll probably plan it out that way, where we do it, plan it out for the 2 weeks out, so that way we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Love you all very much.
How are the kids doing it nowadays? The kids are doing it a weird way.
I don't know. We're not kids. We're adults.
I know. I think
Is it like this?
No,
it's like this. Nope. It's a thin heart.
I don't. The kids are doing it some way.
Like this?
I know. It was like.
No, it looks stupid to me.
I don't know. They do it a weird way.
I don't know.
The kids nowadays. I know I'm young, but they're still
like
kids.
That, maybe? I don't know. It looks like a messed up. I don't know.
They do hearts also like this. I've seen.
Whatever.
I know.
I like this.
Let me see if I can.
We're just gonna.
Where's TikTok? TikTok. How do young people do hearts?
Not only that, we need to start doing our some live on TikToks too.
This is it. This is it.
What? Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I can't.
It looks like a gig.
Love me, man. What up, G? It's called love.
I don't know. It's weird.
We're not doing it. Sorry.
No.
All right, guys. Love you all. Thank you again for joining. And we will. What the frick is all that crap?
Those are different hearts.
Okay, no. Wait. Oh, that was pretty easy. Could do that, but it still looks like I'm throwing up a gang sign, or it looks like it's 2 elks fighting. What the heck? We're practicing. That middle one ain't happening.
You know what they look like?
Hey, look, is this the one that they were doing with the crown on top of it?
It looks like jujitsu.
Yeah.
It looks like Jujutsu Kaisen. They're about to open a domain expansion.
Dr. Strange style. Dr. Strange in the house.
Also, recommend if you if you really want to find something that's entertaining as hell, Hood JJK. Just look it up, find it, watch it. It's hilarious.
Yes. Whatever she's talking about.
Bye. I'm gonna show you some Hood JJK.
Hit my finger. You can't do it.